So we were looking at this unit number 4, Introduction to Business Intelligence, and we have learned regarding evolution of BI and BI value chain. Okay, some part of this BI value chain is remaining that we are going to finish today. So this is your BI value chain here. Until and unless you have the good quality resource, that is data resource, you cannot have the good information engineering, and that is how you will not be able to design your business strategy up to mark. So you need to read this diagram from down to upward, because this needs to be very stable, that is data resource, and that is how you evolve to the business strategy uh, by using the information engineering knowledge environment and the business intelligence. So today we are going to focus our discussion to knowledge quality. So why it is important? Quality is important because ultimately, uh, what kind of business strategy that is expected, it totally depends upon how good the data resource is, and that is why the quality does matter. Now, when I say that the data should have the quality, it do mean that the data must be complete in itself. The data should be um, from whatever source that you are taking, that source must be reliable. So that is why it is both the quality of the environment for sharing information and quality of the human resource that discovers, develops, and retains the knowledge. Now, what form of knowledge resource or human resource is required? Because human resource in any organization, it is the human resource that is uh, developing or discovering the knowledge. Okay, so as we have seen that how the knowledge is getting stored, so from that point of view, you need to discover, you need to develop and retain all these knowledge which are basically in the form of human resource. Okay, so it is both the quality of the environment for sharing information and quality of human resource that discovers, develops, and retains the knowledge. Okay, so an organization's data resource is total of all data within and without an organization that is available to the organization. That means now you have the data, the data resource that we are talking about. The data resources is from inside the organization and outside the organization. Okay, so here we are discussing the data resource. Now, why this step is very very important, why this step does matter? Because आपकी जो business strategy है, that total business strategy depends upon how and what your data resource is, and that is why the quality is very very important. Now, what constitutes to the data resource? The data resource can be all data within and outside the organization. Okay, within and outside the organization. That means now you have the data from the organization and outside the organization, even the data that is available outside the organization. So it includes the primitive and the derived data. Okay, primitive data मतलब आप बोल सकते हो कि it is a kind of primary data wherein that data is there from the resource only. The resource which is generating the data, that can be said as a primitive data. And derived data means you have done certain manipulation, and after doing certain manipulation, that data which comes out to be a derived data. That means now you are manipulating that data, you are making certain level of changes on that data, and that data can be said as a derived data. So the primitive data means the origin of the data wherein that data is getting generated, and the derived data means the data which is manipulated, the data which comes after certain calculation, after doing certain uh, uh, alphanumeric calculation, that comes to be the derived data. It can be tabular, it can be non-tabular data. So we know that when we have seen that big data, we know that the data can be structured data, the data can be unstructured data. So it can be in tabular format or it can be in the non-tabular format like spital, image, textual, voice, and so on. These are called as a data mega types. That means now you have each and every type of data, that and that is why it is called as a unstructured data. Why? Because you cannot store that data as it is into your database management system. That database management system will not be able to store your data as it is. Why? Because it is a non-tabular data, or it is not a structured data. Okay, then it will also include the elemental and combined data. Elemental matlab unit wise data. That means if I am considering for example the data of your class only, so then that can be said as a elemental data. But if I consider third, fifth and seventh same, then that becomes the combined data. So depending upon the requirement, depending upon the need, the data can be elemental or the data can be combined data. So that means now if I want to know that from the particular 7 same, who are all the students who are attending the classes regularly. At the same time, if I want to know from third, fifth and seventh same, who all people are going to attend the lectures in a regular way, then this elemental data will be part of your combined data. Because ultimately there will be third same, fifth same and seventh same. So if I separately considered elemental data, that is seventh same data, then that is a elemental data. And the data which is combined as a department as a whole, that is if I want to know more about the CSE department, then it is nothing but the combined data, and that combined data will include all the elemental data. Okay, then it can be automated or non-automated data. So as we know that we are living in the age of computerization, so all the computerization is generating the data in a automated manner. That means wherever the camera is capturing your image, all these images are captured in an automated manner. The video is getting recorded continuously and it is getting stored in the particular infrastructure. But some point of time, if I want the non automated data, that means for a particular reason, that data need not be stored in a continuous manner, but occasionally I require that data, then it is non automated data. The moment I have some big achievement, then I will say it is a non automated data. Otherwise, whatever the things I am doing on day to day basis, that can be said as a automated data. Okay, so there is certainly the automated data and non automated data. That means the data that is getting generated in an automatic manner, and the data that is getting generated with the help of human resource or specific efforts डालने के बाद जो data generate हो रहा, that can be automated. Then the data can be persistent or non persistent. Okay, so data can be persistent. That means wherever the data is getting generated, that data, if that data is going to remain for longer period of time, then it can be said as a persistent data. That means, for example, if your university RTMNU is generating your mark sheet for say semester 1 or semester 5 or semester 7, then that record or that data is a persistent data. That means it is not going to change whatever uh, the stage of life you will be in. For you, the mark sheet of 5th sem or 7th sem will be as it is throughout your life, because once you generate that mark sheet, once you generate that data is going to get retained for longer period of time, and that is why it is a persistent data. That means it is not going to get changed once it is created. Okay, that means it is a kind of permanent data that is getting generated, while some data is there which is non persistent data. So for example, if I want to know what is the weather of today in say college premises, then that data is always going to change with time. That is non persistent data. Okay, so persistent data, the data that doesn't change with time इजीली. ऑफ कोर्स आपके मार्कशीट में या आपके टोटल मार्क्स में अगर आपने कुछ चैलेंज किया है, आपने यूनिवर्सिटी के एग्जाम को चैलेंज किया है, इवेल्यूशन को चैलेंज किया है, और उसके बाद अगर चेंज होके आता है, तो दैट इज ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट थिंग. But generally, I am saying generally, when your mark sheet gets generated for one time, then that mark sheet is getting to be treated as a persistent data. That means that is not going to get changed once it is generated. And very relevant information is with me now. CBSE board for 10th and 12th exam is going to use the blockchain technology. And what is the beauty of the blockchain technology? ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी में अगर एक ब्लॉक क्रिएट होता है, तो दैट ब्लॉक इज नॉट म्यूटेबल. दैट मीन्स you cannot change that block. Once it is generated, it is generated forever. None of the parties will be able to change that block's data once that data is getting generated. ओके, सो ये ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करके सीबीएसई इज गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड द मार्कशीट डेटा. एंड द advantage to the CBSE and to the student of CBSE would be that for their lifetime they will not be required to carry the hard copy of the mark sheet, and that hard copy will not be required for any verification now onwards. Why? Because whatever agency wants to verify that what was your 10th percentage or marks of a particular subject, or what kind of particular subject you have offered in 10th class, that can be verified with the help of that blockchain data. So that is a persistent data. That means now that data, once your CBSE 10th mark sheet is getting generated, that mark sheet is going to live as it is, that remain as it is forever and ever. Okay, so that is your persistent and non-persistent data. Then the data can be historical, current, or projection. So you can be the data which is from the past, present, or future. So the data can be related to some event which is already happened, that is historical data, or there can be certain data which is related to current execution or currently going on events, and there can be certain data which is a projected data. So here I would like to quote the example that you have a data warehouse management subject DWM, and using that particular DWM concept you can have a projection. That means now whenever I have a marks of student, say from first semester to sixth semester, if I have all the CGPA or all the SGPA of a particular student from first sem to sixth sem, then it is easy for me using certain algorithm to project what kind of percentage or what kind of SGPA you can achieve. Okay, so that is projection. That means I'm trying to predict कि आपके फर्स्ट सेम से सिक्स सेम में क्या मार्क्स थे, उसके ऊपर से मैं आपके सेवन सेम के मार्क्स को प्रेडिक्ट कर सकता हूँ. दैट इज अ projection data, the data which may be generated in future. Okay, so then it includes the data in databases as well as data on reports, screens and documents, hard copy, soft copy, internal, external, global, local. All these type of databases or the data sources can be considered as a databases. Okay, so data can be in hard copy or soft copy. The older data, historical data will mostly be available in hard copy, while the newer data which is getting generated day to in our day to day life, that will be easily available in soft copy. The data can be from the internal of the organization. That means to whatever organization you are belonging, if that particular organization is carrying out certain information or operation within the organization, so that can be treated as a internal data or external data. It is related to you. Suppose for example if I take the example of NIT college, तो NIT कॉलेज के अंदर जो डेटा जनरेट हो रहा दैट इज योर इंटरनल डेटा. बट फॉर NIT, the data which is which can be termed as external data, that is also important. Suppose for example whatever changes that are happening in the education system currently, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अभी न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है. सो all these data which is external to NIT, but also that data matters a lot. Okay, so it can be a global or it can be a local data. Then enterprise wide data or application specific data. एंटरप्राइज वाइड डेटा मतलब क्या है कि पूरे के पूरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिलेटेड डेटा मतलब एंटरप्राइज वाइड डेटा. or it can be application specific. That means for example the data which is related to a particular department, that is your application specific data. Okay, so it includes data used by the traditional information system, expert system, executive information system, geographic information system, data warehouse and object oriented system. Now see, all these things are very very different. ट्रेडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम का मतलब ये हो गया कि जो डेटा जनरेट करने का और यूज करने का ट्रेडिशनल वे था अपना. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ अकाउंटिंग, तो अकाउंटिंग में जो बही खाता लिखा जाता था पुराने जमाने में, दैट इज ट्रेडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम. वहां से जो भी दुकानदार है, जो भी व्यापारी है, उसको ये समझ में आता था कि आज मैंने एक्स अमाउंट का माल खरीदा और वाई अमाउंट का माल मैंने बेचा. ओके, दैट इज योर ट्रेडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम. but nowadays you have the expert system based on that certain certain payment uh, what you can say the payment alerts can be generated with the help of the expert system. So for example there is a tally software, so with the help of that tally software you are keeping all the information that you used to keep in the traditional way. Okay, so then there can be executive information system, that is management information system. Say for example, if our management wants to know more about all the three colleges under the Sai Shikshan Sanstha, so then it is executive information system, because then at that point of time they will not be interested what is the performance of CS or IT department. They will be looking at the performance of NIT Engineering College, NIT Polytechnic, or MBA College. So that is your executive information system. It can be geographic information system. That means you have the uh, resources relocated or scattered among the geographic locations, so that can be there. Then data warehouses and object oriented system. So you know that data warehouse is nothing but huge and huge amount of collection of data, and then object oriented systems can be termed as your data resources. Okay, then next and last, that there there can be business activities, all products and all information systems, regardless of where they reside, who uses them, or how they are used. Okay, so it includes all data regardless of location, origin, form or method of storage. Okay, सो ओरिजिन कोई भी हो सकता, लोकेशन कोई भी हो सकता, उसका डेटा का फॉर्मेट स्ट्रक्चर्ड हो सकता, अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड हो सकता है, सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड हो सकता है, और द मेथड ऑफ द स्टोरेज, इट कैन बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हार्ड कॉपी, सॉफ्ट कॉपी, or in the form of video, or in the form of audio, whatever the medium that may be available.